What is going on, everybody? Sliding Dutchman here, and today we're gonna start off with Project Cars 2. This is basically my first race, and it just came out of the pits, and well, I had high hopes for this game. I'm now driving the Skyline R32 from the Japanese pack. Sounds a bit weird or broken, I don't know. I just cut my hand, as you can see, which is not the best place to cut it. There's a bandage on there, but it's like exactly just right here, so it's hard for me to really grab the wheel or anything. But yeah, it looks good. For the most part, it sounds good. And well, let's go back to kind of like this cam. No, I'm just gonna stick with the normal cockpit. And I think this is a practice session, so I'm just gonna go for it. A lot of tracks I've never driven before, although this is a bit familiar from the first Project Cars. Ooh, and it does want to slide for some reason. Or did it get pushed? 1 out of 2. It's not as fast as you might think that a Skyline would be. And I just started off because it was a Skyline R32, but I might think I have my hands full at the moment. Because this car is not as easy as I thought it would be. The whole game isn't as easy as I thought it would be. Because a lot of people may be watching this and thinking, well, how does this compare to the first Project Cars? Because we played it and we thought it sucked, or we called it Project Understeer like I did. It has still that same, I don't know, like this, and just it's a bit snappy. Force feedback though is very high. I need to put it a little bit lighter, I think. And well, for me, the most curious part, how is the drifting? I haven't really tried it yet. I've just driven like the GT86 and the Red Bull because we all knew them from the previous Project Cars games. And well, the Red Bull is still out of control, and the GT86 is a bit doable, but I still had the feeling that it just understeers a bit, and then when you're drifting it and I'm feeding the tires directly at where they need to go, don't they have... What? Don't those guys have brake lights, or did they just held gas there? But oh, this is weird. It snaps. It snaps a lot, and then the rear end just feels so loose. Let's see if I can do anything. Oh, to the settings. Yeah. I was done waiting. My car just dropped out. Return to pit box.
The pit box main menu.
I know. Well, you can just tune your setup or go to the race engineer and then you can just say standard things. Car doesn't turn into the car doesn't turn into the corner. Car is turning too much in corners. It feels like after just a few laps the tires are gone and not working. I think it's turning in too much at the time. Not even accelerating, it's just but let's try this. Okay. And apparently I got a trophy for that. So I'm just gonna go back and, well, save it. Save it over that one, yeah, sure, because that wasn't really interesting. Ah, did not hold the clutch in. Sounds like a, I don't know, a bubble machine. That little sounds a bit weird, but okay. Oh, it's still happy as fuck, and then it just flicks me to the outside. I don't know why, but I think it's just I don't know. It's Project Cars, man. And I'm saying it in maybe a negative way, because I'm used to a Assetto where the car just feels correct, and I know the car here is just so twitchy, so nervous, and I think, well, of course it's a learning curve that you need to get used to. But it's I don't know. It's an upgrade since the last part, and god damn it, this part I'll be able to drift it because more people were doing it. So I've seen a few videos on YouTube, so I might be able to do it, but it needs a lot of setup. It's not like getting a stock car out of your car park and just go, or lower it, or lock the diff and go. No, it's just, it takes a bit more. And I think especially, oh, god damn it, and it died. But I think it's still like the first one. It's better, but still too heavy on the front for some reason. I mean, I can just take a corner, and if I steer a little bit too much, the rear end kicks out, and the flicks that the car gets like this, it's just come on, and then I want to hold it, and it's just going off. Very, very weird. Need to make it a little bit more forgetful. I mean, where is it going, man? And it's also so, or it feels, or it sounds slow. in the lower RPMs. This is second gear, I mean. I think it's okay if I just keep following someone like this. Then I know the braking points of this track and the speeds we can take corners with these cars. So let's just... Can't we just skip the session? Because the session time remaining is 40 seconds. And I kinda wanna go into the race. Free practice. I don't wanna practice for an hour before the race. What is this? And if not, then I'm gonna quit and start it all over again. But then without the practice time, because practice I can do in free mode. I'm curious, for that matter, for the rallycross, because that's more used to be meant to be slidey. Okay. 1 out of 4 practice. Okay, can't I?
Earning affinity with specific
Yes.
Invitational events are awarded to you throughout.
Invitational events.
Here you can view your career's progress. You can also see which trophies and accolades you've won.
Okay. But does that mean that I can only go on into that race, and then the menu is still a bit new for me? But to hop back to the drifting part, I have one thing I haven't tried yet. Private testing. I've driven the Honda Civic just for fun. We have those ice tracks on here, like this, of which I think should be proper drift tracks, and I don't know. I kinda had a good experience with this car on Project Cars 1. So let's fuck that first race for a bit, and I will see if I can get the practice modes out, and then maybe do a let's play series of like the first few championship or seasons. It's kinda excuse me, kinda weird how it's constructed. You do a bunch of seasons and then you completed the year and you can basically do it all over again, but you just pick the class you want to race in for that time. Tuning setup, well, ice tires, I'm guessing. Done. And start. Always start in neutral. There it is. Because I was thinking this ice track should be perfect for drifting. This is so slippery. If it gives me that crazy understeer here, then there's something wrong with the game. Oh, this bump. I'm getting stuck. Here we go. And still this is tougher than I thought. I mean, I don't know who did the video of driving here and drifting here. God damn. So as you see, I'm pretty good at ripping and drifting it in Assetto, but still Project Cars is something else. And a lot of reviews say it's a very good game for maybe racing, but for drifting it's something else. Come on. I'm just getting stuck here in the snow. Imagine driving this online with someone and you're just stuck in the snow like this, and then, yeah, hold up, I just crashed, let me just get out, and then yeah man, I have an hour. Damn. It's, I don't know. And also the force feedback of the wheel is still too heavy. I need to lower it a bit. Oh man. Sorry, just let me check on that comment. Then, oh no, don't go off. That was the chat. Group 5, please do a group 5 race. I don't know which is the group 5. But I will check it out if you want after this. Hold up. Or even, I'm done with this. I have to say, I jumped aboard the hype train for Project Cars 2, and it's still a good game, but I think it didn't really live up to the hype, especially what wheel users and drifters were expecting from it, because it's just the same as the first part, but with an upgrade of a lot of extra cars, tricks, and a bit of physics. In group 5. Custom race. Can I just pick a group 5 car? What group 5 car do you want to see? Hold up. Oh, like this. This is a group 5. Porsches, well, never really was never 320i turbo. I was never really a big fan of the Porsches, but now they got the license free from was it Need for Speed, and now you see those Porsches everywhere, which is in my opinion a bit too much. I'm just curious what kind of... The menu is not that fast, as you can see. I mean, I'm just holding down constantly. It's just loading, 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 loading. But maybe that's because I'm on a normal PS4 and not a PS4 Pro. That's what a lot of people say, that the game is really worse on something like this. Okay, so that were the group 5s that I've seen. And you were... Wait. Is the group ready? Andrew Barber says, so you're disappointed with Project Cars 2? Not disappointed by the game necessarily, but disappointed by the hype. I was, when you see some videos and people really owning it, that were probably people that really, I mean, a Group 5 Nissan Skyline, an old one, and you're asking me to get a 320i turbo BMW. Come on. Well, okay then. Just let me check it out. This one you meant, I think. The 320 turbo. There's no I in there, but that's the Group 5. Okay then. Then maybe pick a track that I know. But sorry, disappointed with Project Cars, not as a game, but I am with the hype. If you've seen all those videos, people really had good setups, playing it for or practicing it for a long time before uploading a video, apparently, because I don't consider myself the worst racer or drifter or whatever around, and I'm really struggling with it. So the people that really do it that nice, that you see those videos, it's just all PC, by the way. I'm thinking I want North Life. It already passed it? Apparently. It's alphabetical. Nürburgring. No, I have to go up apparently. Oh! Haven't played this track in a while. Fuji Speedway. Race settings. I'm all okay with that. Identical? No, same class. And I'm just curious if more people feel this way when they're getting it tomorrow, because tomorrow is officially out, but most stores already sold it today. How does it compare to Assetto Corsa in terms of physics and force feedback? Andrew is asking. Well, I still think, for what I've played now, that Assetto is still the better game in force feedback and physics. But I mean, I drive a real car. I did some track time, and I have to say it is difficult if you drive your car at the limit instead of just driving around. Sorry, but I think Assetto does what you expect it to do with the car, and this is a lot of unpredictable snaps for some reason. Well, there you have it. Oh man, I cannot drink and race at the same time. Apparently I was not fully pressing the clutch. Oh, they're so heavy on the brakes. Here we go. I have to say, this, for now, this drives a lot better than the R32 Skyline that I was starting off with. Because it's less snappy and more... Oh! I just jinxed it. It's more precise on the front wheels for some reason. I have a lot of catching up to do now. But I still think Assetto is the better game for, at least for drifting and racing. Well, this, if you look at the, come on man, if you look at the tuning for this game, it has so much, oh man, I stalled it. It has so much more options that I think for the real sim enthusiast, if you know what you're working with, I mean, I know how to tune a car for drifting, but instead of just stiffening up the suspension, you have like bump, rebound, and the, I don't know, just I'll show it in a bit. And I do agree that Assetto is amazing with a wheel. I mean, yeah, it's my all-time favorite racing game. I was always a big, come on, RPMs. I was a big Gran Turismo fan until I tried Assetto, and Assetto is great. This is also a cool game for, I don't know, just to mix it up every once in a while. But if you're really hardcore fan of drifting, just hope they drop a second Japanese car pack or drift pack to keep us satisfied. Because this game just not for the average gamer, I think. You really need to jump in it, get in it, and stall it again. Get your tunes right, get your settings right. There's just a lot to do before you can race. You cannot just jump in and go for it. But I have to say they did improve it after the first part, Project Cars 1. So if you're thinking, well, Project Cars, it's I played the first one, it sucks, so this one is also gonna suck. At least it's different. But if you're not into sim racing and you're only racing with a controller, maybe you should skip this game, I think. And my phone battery, which I'm watching my own stream at so I can see the comments, is about 16%. So if you have some questions, you can still ask them now when I'm seeing the comments. If my phone dies, then tough luck. And I have the feeling you really have to slow down. And then the cars feel very sluggish in lower RPMs. I have a feeling in other games you can go a little bit faster through corners. Let's change up the... Oh really? Don't like the helmet cam. Oh! Come on. You have to collect this edition of Project Cars arriving tomorrow. Is that the one with the little car model, the extra one? Because I don't know, I don't like McLaren that much that I was like, I need to have that that model car with it, especially not for that price. I just got the limited edition, so I have the Japanese car pack as an extra. And I'm guessing on the PS4 Pro the game should be even better in terms of visuals. Because it still looks good, but I'm not that impressed. It looks a little bit, I don't know, grainy. Don't know if many people have experience here with a PlayStation VR.
Nice one, UPB.
Thanks for that. Personal best, come on. I don't know if people have a lot of experience with VR, but that grainy look, like the fences and everything, it looks a bit, I don't know. So disappointed? Yeah, a bit. Would I return it? No. I will give it some more. But eventually I will think that yeah, Assetto is still my main game, and just wait for GT Sport to come out, because for as far as I played GT Sport, I had the beta, and after the first few updates they really changed the force feedback, and it was for the people just liking Assetto and looking for something that worked, looking for a cool this nice game to race and drift on, because that's the thing with Gran Turismo. It has a very low entry level, it's very easy to pick up, but then there's still a lot of depth for people that still want to be, you know, into sim racing or being fast. It's not that you can basically drive any car there. It's not as sim as Assetto or Project Cars, but still, it's, I don't know, they just have a recipe that doesn't matter if the game is not completely 100% sim realistic, if you're still just having a blast, because that's the thing with GT. It just plays like I don't know, it's just good fun, good quality fun, and it doesn't matter if the game is, even if it would be arcadey, like a game like Need for Speed, and you're thinking, well, it's fun, does it matter that it's not a sim? I mean, just handles great. Exactly, it felt right to play. And it has all those familiar stuff, and that's the thing with GT, it always works. I've seen a couple of bugs in this game, like there were a few trees that just had like Minecraft style pixels in them, in white and blue, just like I don't know, somebody was playing Minecraft on the, oh, there we go again, somebody was playing Minecraft on Project Cars. Just let's take something else. Perfectly configured for pad and wheel. Yes, but with the wheel it's like you can turn in for as much as you need and then keep the wheel there, and if you want you can even turn it further, and you will see your wheels instead of just if these are your wheels and you go into the corner like this, that's all you need. You can even just overturn them and then really understeer and have smoky tires at the front. And the thing with the controller, what Gran Turismo does is, for difference with Assetto, if you hit the thumbstick in Assetto and you're pushing it to left or right, doesn't really matter, you get instant maximum steering, because it's just click, and the wheels in Assetto basically are like, well, what do you want to do? Max steering? Okay. And especially if you take the drift cars, which go like almost 90-degree angle on the front tires, just, and you go straight on, because the tires don't grip up, because they're, like I said, it's almost 90 degrees. And Gran Turismo 4, the controller has some sort of a steering assist. I mean, if you turn the max with your thumbstick, it will turn the wheels as much as you need it for that corner. You cannot really, you can oversteer if you have too much speed, but you cannot steer excessively into the corner. It just stops at the angle you should have for that corner with your steering. Take out the NSX on a good track. I haven't found the Nordschleife yet. I think I've just overlooked it. I mean, come on. What's a racing game without a Nordschleife? I see Nürburgring, but oh wait, Nürburgring, go to the side, and then down. There it is. Ah, what a noob. This is a race. Hold up, I don't want to race, I just want to free drive. Wait, oh, that was Acura. It's just a Honda, but for some reason manufactured as an American product, then it's an Acura. You said the only thing that bugs on Assetto is the chase cam and the camera moves around too much for me. Well, I don't have any problems with that. I drive or cockpit when I'm alone, and when I'm drifting and doing tandems I tend to go behind the car because I want to have the overview from where the rear of the car is and where the people are at the sides of me. I mean, if you're tandeming with someone and you're looking straight ahead, you cannot see at your side. Static cam. Yeah. You start off with Gran Turismo, don't you? Have you tried the updated cam that they had on GT? Because that was weird. They finally had a moving cam, but then you turned in and then the car started turning, but your cam stays at the same place, so you see a bit of the side of the car, what everybody wanted, because the camera in Gran Turismo was so static. What then happens is you don't see the direction of where the car is turning, and you really, oh, there we go. Why is the camera so close on the steering wheel? That's another thing with project cars. I can just use the paddle shifters or this shifter if I just want to. I can put it into fourth and it just works, or I can flip it back into third with the flippers. Oh, if you look at the games like Assetto, if you have an older car that has manual, you can use the manual, and otherwise you have to use the flippers, because it's, I don't know, some cars are just flick pedal only. Oh, here we go. Isn't this four-wheel drive? Oh man, what the hell? Never jump your Type R NSX. Is it a Type R, by the way? Right. I just put you into first, thank you. If you switch between the clutch and the shifter and the flappy pedals, it's not really cooperating the way you want to. But I pre-ordered this game essentially for the for the VR, and then they secretly removed the VR logo from the game, from the trailers and everything. So there was a VR logo in it, and then they just keep quiet until somebody asked about it on the forum, and they said no, there's not going to be PSVR, which I think is due to the fact that, oh come on, did you see that, how my wheel was snapping? That was not me, yeah, holding it and correcting it, but because I think they don't want to compromise on the graphics, because a lot of PSVR games just look a little bit worse than normal, or worse, less good, because Yeah, I don't know. I've never had troubles with it. I mean, I'm a bit of a graphics enthusiast. If the game looks good, then for me it's already one big plus. But games like Dirt Rally, which looks a bit less, I don't know. The thing with VR, it's so immersive that if you pay attention to it, if you pay attention to it, it's not as beautiful, but you don't pay attention to it because the whole experience is so immersive. It's like you're driving a real rally car. You're not looking at the trees, you're looking at the track. That's what counts. And I don't know, I've never had a problem with slightly less graphics on a VR. But I don't want to do this on a VR for some reason. I hope they will change their minds, because I think the VR is just one of the best things at the moment for racing enthusiasts. You have so much more depth perception, you can see so much more of the track, you can race alongside each other and just look left and right. Just, I don't know, it's what I said before. I mean, if you look up a video of VR, it's like, oh yeah, you can look around, but it's actually how it feels that you can look around, because it makes you feel like you're actually there. First time with Dirt Rally that I just went off track and I crashed, I really braced because of the trees that were coming in there so fast. But this runs way better, I have to say. The car is just more balanced, not that out of control. And although the track is bumpy, I think I'm driving this in fall if I look at the trees. Is there gonna be a summer version with all green trees? The Pro version would support... Oh, there we go. The Pro version would support VR, but slightly mad CEOs would be accused of alienating regular PS4 owners. If that's the case, then they're just breaking their own... Well, they're holding themselves to their own rule, because the PS4 and the PS4 Pro would not be different. They just had a visual upgrade, but the game would be the same and everything. But if that's the case, then me and a lot of other people are just holding the PS4 Pro players down. And I'm very curious to see how the VR works on a PS4 Pro, if it's really that much of a graphic difference if you play it. Of course, this game uses a lot of power of the PS4, and then if you put it into VR, I think that's the same what GT is doing, because GT is a very good game graphic wise, but they don't want to really ruin the game, and it's hard to get like a full session of cars on the track, especially if you do it like online. And then with VR, it just you cannot have any frame drops or whatever, because the frame drops is what making you nauseous. And if you're smooth, you want a smooth experience, and they're just gonna give you the one-on-one races to keep it smooth, which sucks. But at least it's there, because I only have Dirt Rally to play VR in, racing wise, and I don't know, I want something else than rally driving. Although it's very cool, I just want some circuit shit going on. And even with the one-on-one races, I can just hopefully pick my own car that I've tuned with a drift setup and just go drifting. Unfortunately, not online, but this is just still the first generation of VR, and I'm thinking with the next PS4 or next PS4, like a PS5 or with a 2.0 headset, things are gonna change, and hopefully we'll get there to the VR eventually, because I think that has a lot of future and potential. Because it's, I don't know, if you've never done it, you have to feel it and experience it to really judge it. But anyway, yeah, the PS4 Pro runs at 1440p upscaled to 4K, I know that. But still, this is pretty good looking game. Oh man. But I promise you guys that I will get this game under control, get some setups going. I'm just running with a stock wheel setup, stock car setup. Did not tune anything and just wanted to try out the game as is in its rawest form as the base game, and then I wanted to, I don't know, just fiddle around with the steering, with the car setups, and I will practice some, and when I got the drifting down, be sure to check out the channel, because there is drifting content of Project Cars 2 incoming, or else my name wouldn't be Sliding Dutchman. So yeah, I think I'm gonna end the stream about here. If you guys have any questions, please just pop them on the stream. Good morning from Australia. God damn. Good morning, mate. It's 10 o'clock at night here in Holland. Yeah, Andrew. Likewise, man. Thanks for being responsive and giving me topics to talk on. It's way better to fill the video with things people actually ask and want to know, and I hope I can just answer them the best I can. But 6 a.m. What are you doing up at 6 a.m., man? It's you're a few hours in front also, so it's Friday morning. You're just watching some YouTube before go to work, probably. Almost weekend, guys. Oh, no. But yeah, I will be back on the channel with some more Project Cars 2. Also, my real life vlog video is about to go down of the engine swap I wanted to do. I will try to make it. There's no thing there. Oh well. I will try to make a video out of that, of the engine swap of my EF hatch Civic, and then the gearbox swap of the Honda CRX. Then hopefully have them both driving, but I'm gonna do a little series on that, so that's not gonna be gaming but real life cars. It's always about cars most of the time, and sometimes some other gaming stuff if a game is good or cool, like the VR games. It's just nice to review them. If you want to see anything else for the next video, put it in the down in the comments. This is a live stream, so the comments now don't really count. I mean, if I stop the live stream, all the comments will disappear, and then you can comment again, and those will stay there. So after the stream has stopped, please, if you want to see something for the next time, a car or a specific track or a thing I should do, like rallycross or drifting or racing, whatever you guys want to see. And yeah, if you like the video, please like it, and if you want to see more car related content, drift related content, project cars, upcoming Gran Turismo Sport, because I will be getting that on the day of release because it's my birthday. How coincidence. Yeah, just please subscribe to the channel if you want to keep updated on the virtual drifting scene and some of my cars. They're not that interesting yet, but it will be. So I just want to thank you guys all for watching, and hopefully I'll see you guys on the next video. Thank you. Peace.